Well, Benedict Anderson is a political scientist. He lived between 1936 to 2015. He is he was actually an Anglo-Irish political scientist and historian who lived and taught in the United States. And he is best known for his 1993 book, Imagined Community. This is the book that we are referring to here while studying whose imagined community. And he introduced this term, Anderson introduced the term an imagined community, which is a concept developed in his book, Imagined Communities, to analyze nationalism. In this particular book, he analyzes nationalism. And in the year 1983, with the publication of this book, Imagine Communities, Reflections on the Origin and Spread of Nationalism, Anderson's reputation was spread as the thinkers on nationalism. In this given book, Anderson puts forth the theory or theorizes the condition that led to the development of nationalism in the 18th and 19th centuries. Now, you have already learned an essay by Renan as well. So, that also talks about the development of nationalism. Anderson theorizes this development of nationalism in the 18th and 19th centuries, particularly in the Americas. And he imagined the nation as, he defined actually the nation as we understood the nation as the soul in Renan's context. Here, Anderson defines the nation as an imagined community. Whereas for Renan, we understood it is a soul, the spiritual principle, and even the moral conscience. But for Anderson, a nation is an imagined community. And Partha Chatterjee continues whose imagined community in his essay. The nation, according to Anderson, is imagined because it entails. I'm sure that you are familiar with entailment and presupposition in semantics. When we say that John is Mary's husband, we understand that Mary is a married woman. And when we say Mary has brought her car, it entails that Mary is a rich lady. And we have a presupposition as well. So entailment means it entails, when we say the nation is imagined, it entails a sense of communion or horizontal comradeship. Comrade means either comrade is the term used by communist leaders in socialism and communism. A sense of being together. If you have read George Orwell's novel Political Allegory, okay, I have the
Animal
title
Farm, I think.
Animal Farm. So in that you come across comradeship. So these animals coming together. So comrade is a companion, a friend, and it is used in communism. So when we say the nation is imagined, it entails a sense of communion, coming together, a sense of togetherness, horizontal, not vertical, okay, on the same level, between people who often do not know each other or have not even met. For example, we call ourselves Indians. On the horizontal level, no one is up and no one is down. No one is less Indian and no one is more Indian. All of us are Indians, and even those who we do not know are Indians only. So this is a kind of a relationship between people who often do not know each other or have not even met. Despite their differences, they imagine belonging to the same collectivity. For example, when we go in other lands, we show attachment towards our people, even if they are unknown to us, only because they belong to our place. Okay, so for example, Indians living in the USA have that sense of collectivity, and they attribute to the latter a common history, despite of the differences. We understood that our past and present makes us to live together. We are together because of the past and the present. So we imagine ourselves belonging to the same collectivity. Okay, and these people attribute to the latter, and it means the collectivity, a common history. The group of people imagine that we have a common history. We have common traits. Traits means characteristics, beliefs, and attitudes. Okay, that makes us to be together. For example, I we eat spicy food, Indians. So that makes us. We look for the. Suppose you are in the USA, you will look for the Indian restaurant, which gives you the food that you like, which provides you. So this is the thing. This is what makes us to live together. Further, he defined his imagined community as limited and sovereign. A nation is an imagined community and it is limited. And it is a sovereign. A sovereign means having its own existence. It is limited because even the largest nations recognize some boundaries and the existence of other nations beyond them. And sovereign because the nation replaced traditional kinship ties at the foundation of the state. Okay, we think that we have got the same traditions, we have the affinity, and that becomes the foundation of our nation. So the past and the present makes us feel that we are the part of this imagined community, the nation. So the nation is an imagined community, the fact, and this fact construct an imaginary construct does not mean that its political effect is any less real. It is equally important. So he thought that this imagined community creates a deep horizontal comradeship, sorry. Yes, a kind of co-travelers, we can say, kind of togetherness. Horizontal, we are on the same equal level. Is irrespective of financial position, irrespective of the race, irrespective of the caste, religion that we belong to, all of us are Indians. We are on the same level, and for which countless people have willingly sacrificed themselves for our nation. So this is what he talks about an imagined community, the nation. And Partha Chatterjee's essay, Whose Imagined Community, is a challenging critique of Anderson's work. Okay? And he raises the question, Mr. Anderson, you talk about the imagined community, but whose imagined community? This particular essay was published in the year 1996. In this essay, he challenged Anderson's idea of modular forms of nationalism developed in the West. It became a model for the others. Nationalism developed in the West, in France, in Germany, in England, in America. We talk about American Revolution, Russian Revolution, French Revolution, and it provided a model to the rest of the world. He has actually some reservations about this model. this modular form as providing the mold for various anti-colonial nationalisms. Means we are trying to fit into that mold. Sacha, we call it, no? Those that is we use for creating various kind of shapes, the bricks, etc. So anti-colonial means the nations like India, the nation like some other means other colonial nations in Africa, in Asia, Sri Lanka, etc. Those who fought against the colonial powers, and the nationalism came from that. So we try to, or the Western scholars try to fit our nationalism into that, and he challenges that. He does not accept Anderson's views to be applicable to the nations, anti-colonial nations like India, Sri Lanka, okay, Zimbabwe, or whatever other nations that we know. So this is very an interesting essay. We shall go through this particular essay in the next part of our discussion.